We live? Yes. Wait for a couple people to get into the room so I'm not talking to myself, though that's not what I normally do when I'm shooting videos. Guess we can get at it. One person is enough for us to start. How's it going, one person? Thanks for being here. Don't know who we are yet. I have a couple of updates. There's a new feature on YouTube that has premieres. So basically, you can premiere a video just like you would do a movie. So the premiere for Venom that just came out last weekend. You can now do that. Nikki, what up, Nikki? How you doing? Again, when you guys leave comments, it's gonna take about 10 seconds for me to see them. So give me time to respond to them because it'll be a bit. Lost my train of thought already. Great. Ooh, Saturday. Sharon, that says. How's it going, Sharon? Nice to see you. I kind of want this candle here. Ow! Because this candle has a candle in it left still. Premiere. YouTube has a new premiere function on it where we can actually, as creators, promote the release of a video, which is super cool because if you do something premiere-esque like audiobooks, like the audiobook theater videos that I do, it's perfect because I can promote it, I can build it up, you guys get notifications, I set a date, we all watch it at the same time, we can comment to each other and have conversations throughout the video. Like, yo, Keith, this is cool, how'd you do that, how'd you do that, how'd you do this, like, what was it like? It's like kind of like behind the scenes, and I actually can't watch the video either until the premiere, which is kind of cool. Now that I uploaded it, it won't let me touch it, which is interesting. So, if any of you guys are going to be around, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is where I live here in California, that means 10 o'clock on the East Coast, that means 4 o'clock if you're in Hawaii, and if you're in another country in Europe or something, I don't even know, but it's something like that. Sharon, Australia, what the hell time is it gonna be tomorrow? You're ahead by like a day. So it's gonna be what, 6 o'clock in the morning on Sunday for you or something like that? Yeah, I think it'll be Sunday morning at like the crack of dawn, I think is when the premiere is gonna come out for you. Right now it's Saturday 8:22 at 2. 8:22. Portland. Wow, you're in Portland? Nice. I've never been to Oregon. I've been to Seattle for the first time recently, which was amazing. I love the woods and trees and dank wetness and lush green vegetation is my favorite. It's 8? It's 2? I don't know. It's going to be like the afternoon then almost. We'll figure it out. I think there's a notification now. Ooh. Also, if you guys are in here right now, or for anyone who will be watching this afterward, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, right? And then next to the subscribe button, there's a little, you're not gonna be able to see that. The red subscribe box, right next to it, there's a bell. You click the bell, and unless you click the bell, you're not really notified of videos that are upcoming, so make sure you do that so that when I release premieres, you gotta make it to the Rose City. I don't know what the Rose City is that Portland? But yeah, make sure you hit the notification button so when the premieres come out, you know. That's first thing. Second thing, the pyramid candles are done, and they're super sick. So if you saw my other live, I talked about the box, the Lucid Dreaming collection that I'm making, which is a candle, this candle, my Dream Elixir tincture, and then sage bundles that I collect from the mountains here, with little gemstones attached to them. Portland is the city of roses. I didn't know that. I'm guessing they grow a lot of roses in Portland. Is that what that's all about? Dope. So before the lucid dreaming boxes come out, I need to raise a little bit more money to work on the package design. So the candles are already ready to sell, and the sage bundles. My bad. The sage bundles are gonna look something like this. Smell phenomenal. I don't know if you guys have ever picked your own sage before. Living in Portland, sage doesn't grow up there. Not white sage. It's called California white sage, actually, because it only grows to California. Northern Mexico, too. Yes, what would my grandma do? It's being sold in the... Well, no, I'm going to sell the items individually. But the Lucid collection that I'm selling, yeah, it's going to be the 3 things in one. But in the meantime, I mean, the candles are super dope. So I'm going to be selling these individually. And these are 100% beeswax. Actually, not 100% beeswax. There's essential oil, organic or essential oil of lavender and cedar, so cedar tree oil. The tincture will be here soon, Nikki. Will be here soon. I actually was in communication with the guy who's making it right now in Colorado. He says it's almost done. He said the material was really nice, so he was able to get a lot out of it. So that was all really good news. Tinctures will be here the next. Hopefully by Halloween, I can have my first prototype ready. And then in the meantime, the candles are already ready. So if you guys want to hop on one of these hand-poured 100% beeswax mixed with 100% essential oil of lavender and cedar, your boy Keith's got them. This was the third. The first one was a fail. It burned out within 2 seconds because water got inside of it. I didn't know that was a thing, but it like, fuck this. Second one, the wick was crooked, so it burned sideways. And then the third one so far is chilling. Burning smooth, burning even. So if you guys want some... The cool thing about beeswax, by the way, if you have allergies or anything like that, really the only thing you can burn is beeswax. That's why I've been burning it, because when it smells really nice, it actually smells like honey, because there's honey in beeswax. You can't separate all the honey out of it. Most of it you can, but not all of it. So it smells like soft vanilla honey. It's actually a really nice smell. Not only that though, but it releases the negative ions into the air, which attaches to the pollen and the dander, and bacteria and viruses. They all have these charges on them. Well, the charges of the beeswax attaches because they positive and negative. They latch onto each other, fall to the ground, so they don't go in your lungs. Which is why if you have allergies or asthma, or problem with just shitty air in your room, it's really good to burn beeswax, or like getting the salt rocks. Like if you don't get burns, like to burn things in your house, you could get the salt lamps, which when you heat them up, they release negative ions. Does the same thing. So why people burn sage. I'll do a separate video on the sage, make it look real nice, and show the scientific breakdown of how burning sage actually rids the air of toxins and bacteria and viruses. Kayla, yes, it's a dope candle. I like it. They're now for sale. What up? But yeah, sage is actually really good. There's a hand. Not only that, the pyramid itself offers a lot through sacred geometry. Yes, I was getting to that, Nikki. You beat me to it. Yes, sacred geometry. If you like to do rituals and whatnot in your room, it's actually really nice too. A lot of ritual work has a lot to do with like the mental and emotional space that you create for said ritual. So the more you can involve yourself in a process of something, the more energy you're putting into it. Whether it's emotional or physical, mental energy you're putting into something, the more powerful it's going to be. The more you invest of yourself, the more you get back, in other words. So by adding things like, this is why when people do, yes, I can take your money, but I'm not just going to take it. I'm going to give you a dope-ass hand-poured candle by your boy. But I wanted to share something real cool with you guys. For, rituals, you know, like how they wear the robes. Cocktail hour, I'll watch this later. What up, Lizzie? Cocktail hour, nice. I know, I have a show tonight, so I have to leave in a little bit too. About to drink all the micheladas. You guys know what micheladas are? Micheladas are dank as hell. Um, where was I? Rituals. Um, when it comes to doing rituals, the reason why you see the robes and the candles and the herbs and the chanting isn't because those things in and of themselves provide to the magic. It's just that those things more so involve you in the process more. So when you're doing spells and visualizing and doing manifestation and meditating and mantras, when you're doing all these things, it's not those things that are creating the magic, right? It's you that's creating the magic. You are the producer of the electromagnetic field. You are the provider and source of light and the source of everything. What burning the sage does, lighting the candles does, the mantras, the robes, the herbs, that involves different aspects of yourself, and gets your psyche more involved, gets your energy more involved. Um, it's like an amplifier, right? So eventually, like some people can do magic and they don't need any of this stuff. Um, they do and they don't. At that point, you want it. Like I want candles because I like the mood that it puts me in. So, for example, I put essential oil of cedar and lavender in these. So lavender has been known to promote sleep. It relaxes the nervous system, so you're not all angsty. Cedar is also in here, which is a tree, right? The cedar tree, it's almost piney, but a little more musky and earthy smelling than pine, not so bright, which is grounding. So, and the candle, there's two different essential oils that relax the nervous system. So not only does the candle allow you a way to amp up the ritual, um, the uh, the essential oils inside of it relax the nervous system. So if you're going to sleep and dream, you're not so excited. So that if you're going to meditate, your mind is a little more calmer. You're not so amped up all the time. Um, so it's cool. Like everything I did is designed specifically for a reason. And with this with the oils that I mixed in here, with the type of herb sage, I was thinking about doing Palo Santo, but meh. Um, but that's it. If you guys want to get the candle separately, sync energy to whatever your goal is. I missed that comment, but they're synchronized. Is that what we said to what your goal is? Yes, more or less. But this pack I have is set up for dreams. Palo Santo. Palo Santo is bomb. Palo Santo is super bomb. I have Palo Santo right here, actually. I think I like Palo Santo more than this. Do I like it more than the sage? I don't know. I go back and forth. I definitely go back and forth. Anywho, Palo Santo is also the shit. I do like that a lot. I think that's all I had to say. I do have everything. Yes, I do. I'm gonna break this rock up too. So what I'm gonna do is I have a couple different gemstones, and depending upon the person, what they want, or what I want the package to be, I'm going to use something else. Like I want to use quartz, so I have quartz rocks, and I'm going to chip them off and tie them either onto the sage bundle or the wax. Side note, here's another cool side note. You know how people say with crystals, you can meditate on crystals, put your thoughts into them and things like that. Well, the way I work usually is I hear something that's super out there, and I'm like, all right, I like woo-woo magical shit, but I like it to be grounded in something. Always like a balanced grounding between blasting off and being here on Earth and involving science, in other words. So when I first heard about crystals, I thought, it's a rock. Like, how can you program a rock? Until I found out that computers actually use quartz crystals for storing information. So this MacBook right here has quartz crystals inside of it So which is a way of storing information energetically. Give me 1 second. See if I can find a really cool article. Holographic data storage uses crystals to store data. I'm not going to use the whole thing. It's usually... Okay, so quartz actually stores data and information, but it's not the best one. It says crystals of a different type will be used to achieve three-dimensional quartz watches. I actually don't know anything about quartz watches, Sharon, so you should share that with us. I'm not sure what that means. New Superman crystals can store data for billions of years. Look, you guys, this is the most incredible time to be living in. It really is the most incredible time to be living in, because you can make outlandish claims. There you go. Quartz watches don't need winding up. That's incredible. Probably because it stores energy in it. But we live in a time where you can make a crazy claim like rocks can store information, and you can meditate with them, and then science can say, okay, let's see if that's true, and then they go make computers out of quartz crystals that can hold information for millions of years. Or Native Americans say burning sage can get rid of evil spirits, and doctors at one point were like, that's bullshit. Fucking burning sage gets rid of evil spirits. But think about it. What is an evil spirit to a shaman? An evil spirit to a shaman is getting the cold or getting the flu. They would say, okay, yeah, he's manifesting symptoms of the flu, but what's happening is he's been infested with a bad spirit, and we need to get rid of the bad spirit so that his sickness will go away. So we burn some sage. They noticed, all right, when we burn sage, people are getting less sick, so it must be getting rid of the bad spirits. But who's to say that a bad spirit isn't the same thing as a bacteria, or as the cold virus, or as the flu virus, right? Because a bad spirit is we think of it as like this dark, malicious entity that is conscious and attacking people. But that's the same thing as the cold virus. A virus is a living organism, right? So it has spirit, right? It has spirit because it is alive. And then it gets inside of you and it uses your body to basically replicate itself, and then it kills the host and then moves on to the next host. That's the same thing as a bad spirit. So doctors are now saying, okay, what sage is doing is it's not getting rid of evil spirits. The negative ions it releases into the air attaches to the positive ions of the flu virus, and it renders the flu virus dead. It renders it incapable of attaching to your body. So science has one term for it. It says, okay, it's negative ions in the flu virus, whereas shamans say it's the sage plant clearing space from evil spirits. Saffron, how's it going, Saffron? Nice to see you back. Saffron happens to be one of my favorite flavors. Like, saffron rice is delicious. Hold on, let me turn this off real quick. It's getting loud. If I miss any of you guys' comments, just feel free to shoot them back up so I can see what you're talking about. Because sometimes I miss it. Why is computer gets so loud sometimes? You should do a video on sacred geometry. I should. And I will. I'll do a video on sacred geometry. Yeah, I'll do it soon. I'm not too deep into sacred geometry. Like, I know the Fibonacci sequence, and I know Tesla's frequencies and 369 and stuff like that, but I'm not too big into sacred geometry. I would like to be, though. I would definitely like to be. I'll make a video on it, though. I'll put together a good one for you guys. But I think that's all I wanted to share. If you just tuned in, part of what I'm sharing is tomorrow we have the video premiere of the next scary audiobook I'm putting out, and then I'll get back to the esoteric, spiritual audiobooks I've been doing. It's Halloween, so I wanted to do some fun shit. Um, the octagon, I'll have to look that up. I don't know. I don't know about the octagon. I know that it's an 8-sided something. But yeah, I think that's it, you guys. So if you want to buy these candles, hit me up. Just Venmo, preferably not PayPal, because PayPal takes a cut. Oh, I spilled. Yeah, preferably not PayPal, but I shouldn't have moved it. Hit me up if you guys want candles. Beeswax, hand poured. I gotta get out of here. I sell the sage bundles too. I'll send you guys out sage bundles. They look real nice. Everything comes wrapped with a crystal. Not this big. I just break off chunks and I wrap them and I send them on their way. That's it. Any questions before I take off, y'all? Questions? Preguntas? Anyone have preguntas? I'll wait a couple seconds. Complete opposite of the stop sign. Oh, I did hear about that, actually. I did hear about the octagon and the stop sign and the whole manipulation of that. It was pretty crazy, actually. I know what you're talking about. I think that's it, y'all. You guys done? It was nice chatting with you, as per usual. To buy these, no, there's not a website. Just shoot me just Venmo me. Leave your email, or leave a comment or something, and just shoot me a message. I'll hit you my Venmo. You give me your. I don't have a website because websites. Shit costs a fortune. So basically, YouTube is my website. That's the cool thing about YouTube is that I don't need to set up an actual website. This is my website, my YouTube channel. So, that also reminds me, everyone, if you send me your email addresses just to have on deck, because heaven forbid something happens to YouTube, and if anything happens to YouTube, I want to be able to get a hold of you guys. So either follow me on Instagram or shoot me your emails so I have it on deck, just in case, because it's happened before where I've lost everything on YouTube with like 4,000 subscribers, and it was heartbreaking because if that happens, then we can't be in contact. Where what, Nikki? What's the question? ¿Qué es tu preguntas? Oh wait. This candle smells phenomenal though, you guys. And when you do order the candles, let me know if you want, because I mix damn, I should have left it in the description already. Just write your email in the comment. Just leave your email in the comment section and I'll go through and I'll add everything manually. It's not that big of a deal. My email is keithgarcia808@gmail.com. Keith with the Y, Keyth. So keithgarcia808@gmail. But just leave it and I'll add it for you guys. Me? No, I wish. I can ramble in Spanish here and there, but I can't, unfortunately. I can't speak fluently in anything other than English. I wish. There's still time though. There's definitely still time. But yeah. So leave a comment if you want the beeswax candle, and I'll shoot them out to you guys. I think that's it. I think that was the last question you had. We chilling? You guys chilling? Trying to stay in chit chat a little more. Dope. Message me on Facebook. Perfect. That works too. Send me an email. Perfect. That works too. Yeah, but it would help me out. And then, oh, Bahar, you would come in right as I'm trying to take off. The ladies here want to know if you come with the candle. Unfortunately not. I don't come with the candle. Thanks, Bahar. I'm glad you like it. I know, it's been a long time coming. Bahar supports me on Patreon, by the way. So you guys should all say hello to Bahar right now Tell her that she's fucking awesome, because she is. I appreciate the hell out of her. She's been around for a really long time. Um, yeah, that's that. Thank you, Bahar. So, am I pronouncing that right, by the way? Bahar? I'm not sure if I am. You guys want to see something cool actually before I take off? I'm growing mugworts, because the tincture, the lucid dreaming tincture is mugwort. Well, one of the plants in there is mugwort, which is good for vividness of dreams and dream recall. So I started grow. I had to order a whole bunch, because to get it started, I had to just order the material in bulk. But I also got plants and seeds. And this is a little baby mugwort plant. I've got 6 of these containers. How pretty is that? Also, I forgot the quality of the video that you guys are seeing probably sucks balls. It looks crisp on my side, but it's live, which kind of sucks. I wish I knew how to do better quality for live, but unfortunately, I don't. Cool, I'm glad I pronounced it right. Not only that, but I have... This is the sage. I don't know if you can see these guys. These 2 little ones right here. So I went and collected seeds from the plants that I picked. And started growing them from seed. What excites me these days? Couple things, couple surprises that I'm gonna tell you guys soon. I guess life in general has been exciting me. Creating new shit always excites me. This package that I'm putting together for Lucid Dreaming is getting me really stoked. Those baby sage plants. So this I collected, but it's flowering right now. Sage it's the time of season for flowering and going to seed. So I collected a bunch of seeds, and those little baby seeds are from the same plant that I picked from this. How cool is that? Like, that's fucking super exciting. But yeah, there's a lot of really amazing things going on right now that I'm stoked to share with you guys in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, this candle's burning so nicely too. I'm so glad this worked out, because the last 2 failed miserably. I always intend to stay on live for like 5-10 minutes, and I stay on forever. It's been half an hour. Do you pray? I pray not too much. I mean, do you mean, when you pray, do you mean to God, like Christian, like Jesus pray? Not really. I was raised Catholic, and then kind of fell out, and in college I took a class on the Old Testament, which the Old Testament, for you guys who don't know, is the Jewish Bible. The Tanakh is the Christian Bible's Old Testament. So you have the Old Testament and the New Testament of the Christian Bible. Well, the Old Testament of the Christian Bible is the Jewish Tanakh, is their full, complete Bible. So I took a class where I studied. Yeah, I definitely do. My name on Facebook, just look up Keith Garcia with a Y, Keyth Garcia, and that's my Facebook. It should pop up right away. I definitely talk to God, absolutely. My belief, if you guys want to know my belief is that there is a supreme, all-intelligent, all-pervading mind that is within everything, that everything comes from. That's like, it's just this everything that is beyond definition, that is beyond anything we can comprehend. We can't name it, we can't describe it. It is so infinite that our finite minds can't even begin to describe it. And to say things like it's jealous or susceptible to flattery or susceptible to envy is almost blasphemous, because it's so, just giving it human qualities is like a slap in the face. That's how beyond this thing is. All. It is the all. I would like, yeah, that's Yeah, I feel ya. No, um, to each their own, though. Of course, I'm not saying I'm right or anyone else is wrong. It's just what makes the most sense to me, and and what's helped me the most. So that's what I believe, and I have a dialogue with that thing constantly. Every time I meditate, every time I'm thankful, every time I ask for something, every time I try to impress my mind onto, reality. Whenever I want something to manifest, I just take my mind and I impress it on this substance, on the fabric of everything, of that all thing, that God, if you want to call it. um, I just don't like using the word God because then it puts a picture of, do I come to the Bay Area? I went to school in San Francisco, actually. I used to live in the Bay Area, but I haven't been there in a while. I have good friends that still live there. Yes, Lolieta. Yes, it's all. All is all. One is all is one. Um, yeah, that that's where I'm at. In case you guys were curious. um, ooh, I think that's it. I mean, we can I got time to spare. It's 3 o'clock right now here in California. It makes time slow down. Going on walks. Going on walks makes time slow down for me a lot. It's my favorite thing to do. Just music, like a really good soundtrack or something, and then leaving my house maybe an hour and a half before sunset and watching the sunset on a walk and leaving for 2-3 hours makes time slow down for me. That's my shit. I can do that. As long as I can do that at least twice a week, 3 times a week for the rest of my life, I'll die happy. I know I keep trying to take off and you guys are that's hella funny. I mean, you guys keep. You've got questions. We've got answers. I'm like the all-state guy right now. You just keep the questions coming, and I'll keep going because I've got a little bit of time to spare, but not much battery life. Yeah, Skate. What is that? Is that your name? Skate Menix? Skate MM? Yeah, dude. Going for walks at sunset is. Plus, I live by the beach too, so I can go walks on the beach at sunset, and it's so nice. Am I single? No, I'm not single. And thank you for congrats on nearly 2K. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. It's been a long time coming. So B, what up? Tashi, what up? Nice to see you, man. Thanks for stopping in. Guess I'm definitely not leaving now. That's super funny. Nice. We've been talking about all the good things so far. Talking about all the good things so far. The new candles that are for sale. The premiere that's coming out tomorrow. Going on walks we've been talking about. Toshi, my bad. Toshi. Oh shit, nice man. I'm glad you found me again. Good. If you guys are just checking in, leave a comment with your email in it because I need to get better with getting your guys' emails, just in case anything happens, and just so I can stay in contact with you outside of YouTube, or my Instagram. Just look me up on Instagram, Keith Garcia, or send me your email, one or the other, or comment it here. You guys can comment your emails here. It's perfect. They'll show up. Yeah, your emails and stuff will show up. I'll be able to get them for sure. What up? These candles sucked, by the way. I should never have bought them. So I get for not getting the beeswax. Cool. What else are you guys feeling? You guys done? You guys have more questions? You guys trying to buy some home picked sage bundles, or some hand poured candle wax? Support the Welcome Home channel. Damn, there's like a lot of stuff. Who is it in here that was telling me that I need to do a better job promoting my things? That's H3H3 a podcast but I can't wait to watch it. More scary stories in the dark live streaming. Yo, I know, I'm super excited about that. Toshi, I'm actually super stoked. The picture that you see, by the way, at the thumbnail of the More Scary Stories, that book that's all beat up and shit was the actual book from my childhood. Watch. How gangster is this? It's all like, it's all yellow and beat up and shit. That's that's super official. I've had this book since I was like 6 years old. I've been reading this thing. You know, it'd be pretty cool. I was thinking about doing a live audiobook reading. Would you guys be down for that? Because I normally make a production out of them. I read them and I edit them and I put the background music and I make it real nice and fancy and shit. But I thought what actually would be kind of cool is if I did a live audiobook of short stories, something that was like an hour long or something like that. Like their man could have a giant Congo on the side of the back eyes. Giant Congo. Frankincense and myrrh. Damn. Should I put frankincense and myrrh in the candles? Is that what you're suggesting? Just be all three kings about it? If you guys don't know what frankincense and myrrh is, when Jesus was born, the three kings came to him with gifts. One gave him gold. One gave him, I can't remember, but one of them was frankincense and myrrh. He must have felt like a dickhead because all the homies brought gold and like these big lavish ass things, and then the third homie was like, yo, I got some incense. So I'm not sure how Jesus felt about that, but they were all homies, whatever. But the question about my dreadlocks, I don't know, man. I keep telling you guys, it's the dreadlock fairies. The dreadlock fairies are how I get the perfect locks. I don't do anything to them. I don't twist them. I don't even know what the names of the different techniques are. That's how little I do with them. What I do with them, however, is I pull them apart. Do you agree that activating your 7 chakras is the same as 7 stages of grief or something like that? Use your mold for that candle. I did use the mold. Yeah, I used the mold for the candle. This was the third take, and the first 2 ones failed, but the third one came out good. So they're ready for sale now. They have the essential oils inside of them too. They have the lavender and cedar. I'm fucking super stoked on this thing. But the dreadlocks, I do separate. Well, I don't separate them anymore. I separated them. I mean, I haven't separated them religiously in over a year now. The reason why is because I got silk pillowcases, and ever since I got silk pillowcases, they stopped Congoing. Especially the back, like this part of my head, it used to Congo a lot. Toshi, is that a good question? Ooh, Toshi, what was your question again? Weed dealer. I do, well, I'm in California, so it's legal to do that here. Have fun on your walk, man. Hit me up for one of these candles. I'll shoot one to you. What was your question though? Oh, the 7 chakras. The 7 chakras and the 7 things of grief. No website. This is my website. Contact me here and on my Instagram. Here and on my Instagram, Keith Garcia. So, no KeithGarcia.com, not yet, but that will be soon. So many questions. But to answer your question first, Toshi, I don't know what the 7 stages of grief are. I don't, but there's a lot of 7 seems to be a hot number. Yeah, I'll sling them on Etsy and Am I Intuitive. I need to write these down. Hold on. My handy dandy notebook. Intuitive. Maybe? Damn, Toshi, I'm sorry to hear that. I just saw that about your buddy passing away. That's hella sad. Oh, that's super sad. Honestly, they could be. My guess with the 7 things is if you read it and you saw the similarities of it, then it probably has a lot to do with it. And the reason why I say that is because In theory, the 7 chakras are supposed to be the 7 layers of your energetic body, right? You starting from the root, which is very earthly, very physical, going all the way to the crown, right? Which is your direct connection to source, the most high, if you will. Um, so I don't know what the 7 layers of grief are, but my guess is they are somehow going to correlate with that. You know, the first stage being the most dense stage of grief, maybe, um, to the highest release, to the source. But it's hard to say without me actually seeing what those 7 things of grief are. But in my experience, everything corresponds to everything else if you are able to notice patterns, um, and it probably will help. But I'm super bummed to hear about your boy Toshi. That sucks a lot. Oh, my bad. I had to get something. My camera started acting stupid. Hopefully you guys are still here and I didn't ruin this whole live. You guys still here? Oh no. I know. Yeah. This year was a tough one for losses. There was a lot of people in my, or there were a lot of people in my friend circle that passed away too. One of our, this trumpet player that played in our band, it was a phenomenal trumpet player and one of the sweetest dudes I've ever met in my life passed away. He died in a car crash. And some other people too. It was super bummy. It sucked. Yeah, there was a lot of deaths this year. It was super sad. So I feel you on your loss, man. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. And I'll look up those 7 stages of grief too. I mean, that might be relevant for future. Yeah, I'll check that out. I have it written down in the notes. But yeah. Yeah. About that time though. Sunset. I think I answered all the questions. Ooh, the intuitive question. Intuition is a tough question to ask. I believe that intuition is a thing, but I think that people rely on intuition too much without doing the work first. Toshi! See, Toshi might have a phenomenal intuition, but most people, and the reason why I say that is because there's a lot of programming that goes on in the world. A lot, you guys. I made it my purpose to study psychology a couple years ago. I read the top 10 books in the world of psychology over the course of like 30 days and just cramp. Exactly, Toshi. There's so many fucking subliminal messages, you guys. So many. Good, bad. Like, I hit you guys with subliminal messages all the time. Like this, like having this candle in front of you guys the whole time while trying to sell it is a subliminal message. Having these pumpkins in the frame of my video for you guys to see is a subliminal message. So you guys are like, oh my god, cute ass candles and pumpkins and it's fall. Like, oh my god. So everyone, you guys, is blasting you with subliminal messages everywhere. And what happens is people start to have these gut decisions and we think they're our intuition, but they have been programmed into us. Like, I know it's funny, Soulby, it's actually, it is funny because I mean, you guys do it to each other, you do it to your parents, if you have kids, do it to your kids do it to you. It's part of human nature to try and influence each other, which is fine as long as you are doing it for the right reason, or whatever. Even if you're doing it for the wrong reason, like, fuck it, it's human existence. Like, you know what, we're bastards sometimes. The male version of Ashira. Yeah, she's deep into the occult. I would like to be that deep, but I stay more on the philosophical side of the occult, just because it's more interesting for me. It's easier for me to grasp, at least. But as far as your intuition goes, I'll give you a good example. They did a test at a grocery store, and they said, all right, we're going to buy, I actually write about this in my book. That's what I have to do more. I need to advertise my book more. So you guys buy my book, 7 Pillars. Do I have a copy? There's a book around here somewhere. Anyway, I talk about it in my book. They did a study where they played German music in a grocery store. And obviously the sales of German wines went up by 20%. And so the company was like, all right, well, let's try to sell French wine. So they play French music and the sales by French wine goes up by 20%. So let's say I'm going out and I'm trying to buy a bottle of wine for me and my girl and get all sweet and light some beeswax candles that you should buy. Subliminal messaging. And I'm at the store and I'm like, I'm gonna use my gut. I'm gonna use my intuition and buy a nice wine that is gonna be the perfect night, right? And I bring back a bottle of French wine, real nice, 2013, good sweet year. My girl's stoked, I'm stoked, and I'm like, intuition, perfect. Was it intuition, or were they just playing French music and their sales by French wine went up by 20%, including myself? So that's what I mean. I have a very in-depth section in my book that talks about don't trust your intuition, actually, because your intuition has been hijacked. 1 second, Toshi. So before you go 110 in on your intuition, please just make sure that you're not being influenced. Please make sure that your decisions are coming from your core, and not being misled by anything. Saying that a lot of spiritual people can't find it anymore because we're demigods. You have a, well, that was an interesting comment. What did you say, that gurus can't find love because what? What was that? I don't think I can go back to your texts either. Once they disappear, they're gone until I look at them later. Oh no, I spilled some wax. That was a really interesting question though, or interesting text that you had there. So yeah, intuition. Careful with intuition. We're demigods? Spiritual people are demigods? So we can't find love? I have a very interesting take on love these days. Especially with like being in love. Like, is it a chemical reaction? Is it a soulmate type thing? I don't necessarily believe in soulmates. The soulmates and the twin flames. I don't know if I believe in those things. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about that. And the reason why it's hard for me to wrap my head around that is because, could be, Toshi, honestly, I would say 98% of the literature that you find on YouTube about twin flames is just regurgitated information. Christian and being buried towards the sun. Yeah, twin flame meditation is yeah, I don't know. I mean, don't listen to me. This is just, I'm not saying anything that I'm saying is true or that you should think it. I was just merely sharing how I feel. And the reason why it's weird for me when it comes to twin flames and things like that is because we're human. You know, we don't exist in a really high dimension, right? We exist on Earth in the third dimension, which is pretty dense. Like you jump off of a building, you're gonna die if it's high enough. You're gonna hit the ground because the ground is dense as fuck, and so are you. You're gonna slam into it and you're gonna die, right? Your body, your spirit will carry on, but you're gonna die, right? Your existence here. And with that being said, we're rooted in this world and its laws and the animal aspect of it. Makita. See, Makita, I like that. That actually would make more sense to me. Maybe be able to read people more or less. more or less. Some people have a really good, I mean, these questions are so hard to answer because they could go in so many directions. Like your ability to read people, some people have what's called emotional intelligence, which is you just you understand people and you're in tune. Because remember what I talked about before, how we have electromagnetic fields that come from our brain and from our heart, but our heart is a much bigger electromagnetic field. Well, the thing about electromagnetic fields is they carry information. Um, so your dog, for example, knows you're pissed off because for whatever reason, dogs are very emotionally intelligent and they can pick up on their owner's feelings. Like one word, one tone, and a dog knows, like, oh shit, I'm in trouble. It doesn't understand humans, but it feels in its body that there is something wrong, and that is carried through our electromagnetic field, which is now proven to carry information, and it is proven that humans can pick up on that information, but we pick up on a subconscious level. Toshi, what you're doing sounds like um, you're not only able to pick up on that electromagnetic field, you're not only able to pick up on that information on a subconscious level, but you're able to process it on a conscious level. So some people could be like, I don't know, I have a bad feeling about that guy. And we're all good at that, right? Having feelings, but knowing for certain, that's like next level. That's when your emotional intelligence is really high and you can pinpoint what's going on. You know what to say to people, you know what not to say to people. You know when you've gone too far immediately, you know if you're talking too much, you know if you're talking too little. Like people who can control conversations are um, damn, that's a bummer, Toshi. You got friends here though. Don't worry about it. We're all fam right here. um, yeah, man. Sometimes you might just not like to surround yourself with certain people. Like, straight up. Um, I know for me, um, when it comes to hanging out with people, it's like I base it on how I feel when I'm done with them. So sometimes, no, you hang out with a certain person, you have really good conversations, you almost feel like you're on drugs, you just feel like you're on top of the world, you feel really light and really motivated and really inspired. When two people come together that are on point, they almost feed off of each other, right? You get this little vortex among them. And they feed off each other's energies. It's like you're plugging negative into positive, and the magnetic field just goes crazy. And then sometimes you hang out with people and you feel tired and shit. Yeah, life experience has a lot to do with it too, for sure. Um, that's what I mean. Everyone can pick up on emotional intelligence. Um, but some of us are better than others. So, I mean, you could read a book and learn about reading people and understanding body language, understanding voice intonations. If someone's talking high pitched, low, if someone's arms are crossed, that means they're cutting energy off from you, right? Or if someone's protecting their solar plexus by crossing their arms, that means they're feeling defensive or they're feeling drained. If someone's legs are crossed, anytime someone makes a body gesture that cuts them off from you, whether they stand sideways, break eye contact, cross their arms, cross their legs, um, those are all signs, right? That's an emotional trigger that's manifesting in their physical body, and that's what we're picking up on. Um, it's both physical and spiritual because it starts in the spiritual and then ends up in the body. Starts spirit, and then we get into our emotions, and then our emotions bleed over into our body, and then our body starts to show shit. Um, yeah, hit me up on Instagram, Toshi. Absolutely, you're very welcome. I feel like I've been talking a lot, not answering enough questions. Am I talking too much? Just let me know. Like, Keith, you're fucking rambling too much. Like, get back to the point or something like that. That would that would help a lot. This candle's still going strong though, you guys. I'm gonna hit you with. I'm not. This isn't even a subliminal message. Buy the goddamn beeswax candles. They're dope as hell. They're gonna make your room smell like bees. And ooh, wanna know a cool thing? Bees are symbolic of networking, business, resourcefulness, um, and that's it. So it's good energy to have bees around. Is what I'm getting at. If that's not enough for you guys. Cool. I think I'm done. You guys good? I'm about to dip. Thanks for everything. Yeah. See you tomorrow night and the premiere of the spooky, scary stories that are coming out. Yeah, I'm stoked for you to get it too, man. It's been going strong. It's been going strong. It's straight. It's 9.5 ounces too. It's a heavy ass candle. It's been burning for like, what are we at? It was an hour last night. It's been about 3 hours. It's about 4 hours so far. And as you can see, it's gonna burn a long time, you guys. For it, like, it's been burning for 4 hours already, and it's only at the tip. It's just the tip, right? So, fuck, I don't know. I don't know yet. I'll let you guys know. But a healthy ass time. Beeswax actually burns longer than soy, and it burns longer than traditional candles, which is paraffin. So you definitely get your money's worth. They're really cool. But I take payment through Venmo. Shoot me a comment on the video so I can read. Get a hold of me on my Instagram. Get a hold of me somehow. And yeah, that's it. Good night, everybody. Take it easy. I'll see you real soon. All right? Is that it? We done? You guys done? Is that it? All right. Peace out, you guys. Cool. Good night, Lolietta. See you next time. Thanks for being here. I spilled water on the screen and now the buttons don't work sometimes. Come on. Come on, you son bitch. Let's go. Let's go.